The resale value on these Ranger Raptors is insane, so we're going to try to find out why that is the case in today's video. I'll include a link to the Ford here in Park City's website in the description down below. They're providing us with the Ranger Raptor. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. The Ranger Raptor is powered by a 3-liter turbo V6. It goes through a 10-speed. It puts out 405 horsepower and then 430 pound-feet of torque. There is a performance tune that can jump those power figures up quite a bit. But this is by far the most exciting powertrain you can get in a mid-size pickup truck. And that's a big part of the reason why people like this so much. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. They've got little itty-bitty vents there at the top. Down below, they've got C-shape for the lights, which is a cool look, and it looks like Ford thought about putting marker lights in the grille, but then they didn't. This does also have underbody protection, fog lights, recovery points too. Altogether, again, for a mid-size pickup truck, it's really cool looking. From the factory, the tires are 285 by 70 by 17, which is just under a 33, but with a little bit of movement of the front crash bar, you can fit 34s, well, 315 by 70 by 17, which a lot of people call 35. But anyways, you can fit those in the Ranger Raptor. This also has kind of a wider appearance, just like other Raptors. You got the venting there on the side. You got the off-road side steps too. With that wider appearance, this definitely has a more aggressive look. And then when it comes to key fob features in the Ranger Raptor, you've got lock, unlock, remote start, Raptor logo there on the back. Yes, this still has a Raptor logo, unlike the F-150s. And then when it comes to tailgate features, it is dampened, which is nice. And you've got an outlet in the bed. This one doesn't have bed liner, but that is very easy to add in after the fact. You also get a little ruler here on the tailgate, and lifting it up, it's very light. Now, not the best look at the suspension, but we do have a coil spring set up in the back with live valve Fox shocks. Cool taillight design here, and then we do have an upgraded rear bumper with the dual outlet exhaust tips. That will sum things up for the exterior. Let's check out the interior. Now, when it comes to materials, the Ranger Raptor has these kind of durable, easy to clean materials throughout. It still looks very sporty, but it's also very practical. Not a ton of storage space in the back in general, and not a lot of legroom either. And then you can see you've got a little storage cubby there, outlet and everything. So not crazy good, but also pretty typical for a mid-sized truck. Keyless entry for up front, and let's pop in. We've got blind spot monitoring with the mirrors and more of that nice trim throughout the front that's easy to clean. This has 1,361 pounds of payload capacity. Raptor logo on the front seat and more of the nice trim with the aggressive bolstering and power adjustments on the side with lumbar support. The passenger seat's also power adjustable with lumbar support, by the way. And start it up. Now, the Raptor style steering wheel is always fun with a marker there at the top, paddle shifters there in the back too. And I love how you can adjust the steering, the suspension, the exhaust. You've got your custom mode, and then this still comes with nice features like adaptive cruise control. We also have a full digital gauge cluster, and of course tons of different drive modes for both on-road and off-road use, and the drive modes adjust the shock absorbers, which is great for handling. Now, the 360 camera system's a little bit of a letdown because of the vertical screen, but not the worst. And then, yeah, the vertical screen, it has a lot of features built into it. The most concerning for me is some of the off-road stuff. So like your off-road cruise control, and then also the biggest thing, the diff locks are built in the screen. So if the screen fails, you can't turn that stuff on or off, which is not ideal by any means. But you still have physical controls for the trailer brake controls, also for the climate controls. Phone charging pad too. Shifter on the Ranger Raptor is kind of funky. Cup holders right next to that. We've got shortcut buttons here for like the off-road stuff. And then this does have a part-time four-wheel drive system, but it does have auto, so got everything you need. And then center console's got good space. More of that nice kind of synthetic trim that's pretty durable. Same thing on the top glove box. And yes, you've got top glove box, center storage, and then a bottom glove box as well. Power setting window, and then this has 6 auxiliary switches. The resale value on these is extremely strong. I've seen Ranger Raptors that are 24s with 10 to 15,000 miles. Still selling for the original MSRP price, which is crazy. Part of it's the new ones go for over a lot of the time, but still, that's amazing resale. Let's drive it. Well, let's sit off in the Ranger Raptor. Yeah, I was kind of shocked when I saw the used value on these trucks. I was like, you know what? I kind of expected it, but even like today's market, you know, is a lot softer, but still, I mean, it just makes sense. This is by far the best mid-sized pickup truck. You know, the new Tacoma TRD Pro is overpriced for what it is, and the Colorado ZR2 is really cool, and it has a lot of really cool kit. It's 4-cylinder though, just like the Tacoma. So, you know, it goes to show you that people will pay money to have a more exciting powertrain. And you know, mid-size with a V6 turbo just makes so much sense. I mean, look at this. So good. And again, you can get the performance tune, which ups the power. And from what I understand, if you get the performance tune and you add the 35s, it feels the same in terms of the acceleration as what it feels like stock with 33s, so still quick. Now, yeah, when it comes to overall ride quality, fantastic. It's pretty well insulated. I wonder if they're doing thicker glass for these Ranger Raptors now. No, it's just a standard window. I was gonna say, it seems relatively well insulated. I mean, you hear the engine, obviously, which is a nice sound. Man, it's such a good daily driver. Don't tell anyone. But, like, I've considered getting one. So many times I've considered getting one of these and just, you know, getting rid of the big expensive SUVs I've done on the channel over the last few years, because, man, the price point this is at, the performance it provides, the daily drivability, like, it's such a good vehicle. The only thing I don't like about the Ranger Raptor, well, there's a few things. First off, availability, right? It's difficult to get one of these unless you pay top dollar. Man, look at that. That's so good. I hate the screen stuff. That's really hard for me to get past. Like, the concept of being out in the middle of the desert and I can't lock or unlock my diffs because my screen doesn't work. Yeah, no, I don't know. I can't do that. But I've considered it. And this is not related to this is kind of related to the review. You know what I think, like the coolest two-car enthusiast like setup would ever be, that's still expensive but like not as bad as other, you know, two-car setups? Honda Civic Type R and Ford Ranger Raptor. That would be like I mean, you'd have so much daily drivability with both of them, and so much weekend fun where, you know, you go to the track with the Civic and then you go off-roading with the Ranger Raptor. Like, as a car enthusiast, that would be one of the coolest setups you can do. But still, like $100,000 to do that. So that's not cheap at all. That's not affordable. But it's cool. Whoever said cool is gonna be affordable. So yeah, I think it makes perfect sense as to why these are selling for stupid money in the used market. It's a very, very cool truck. It's got tons of clearance, tons of off-road capability, tons of travel. It's a Raptor. It's got a V6. Everyone else is doing turbo fart cans, and Ford's coming in strong with this turbo V6. And speaking, that's not a Civic Type R, but speaking of Civics, some of your thoughts on the Ranger Raptor resale.